what was he like at the time? Was he
Well,
like,
I think he had anesthesia, but I didn't like see the full thing because at the time I had the pram, so I wasn't like, fully aware until I turned the corner and thought, no, something isn't right.
yeah. And what went through your mind at that point?
I couldn't tell you at the time, it was just so scary, I just knew there had been something wrong.
And you've got older boys and stuff, haven't you? Had they had slushies in the past? Have you had any?
She had one in the summertime before, but it wasn't something that I always went and like bought them as a treat or anything.
No, and it wasn't something that you would have thought could have caused this sort of issue. So Angus then goes to hospital, he's looked up, he stays in overnight. What did the doctors say to you about why he was there and what happened? When did you find out?
So they had done some like blood tests through and then came back to me and said that it was the slush puppy drug that day.
And why had it caused that issue?
It was just the glycerol that keeps it frozen.
And the glycerol means that he had some sort of fit because of the glycerol system.
Yeah.
And so then how did they treat him and how long did it take him to get back to normal again?
He stayed in the hospital overnight, just for one night with close observations, and then he got let home the next day.
And when they came to you and spoke to you about it, did the doctor say, we've seen this before, or I've never heard of this before?
No, they did tell me that they had never known anything like this before.
Wow.
So you've certainly listened to Victoria tell that story. Any parent will be absolutely terrified by what she said. Seemingly an innocuous drip that is sold and has caused this without knowing. Can you just explain a little bit about how it happened and why it happened?
Yeah, so it's the glycerol content. So glycerol is a food additive that's deemed to be relatively safe. There's lots of foods. So I've got a list here. It's in cheeses, processed meats, sweet beverages, chewing gum, cereal bar. It's even in tortilla wraps. And what it does, especially why it's in sushi drinks, is it stops it becoming an ice solid. It stops it freezing, so it keeps foods moist. So it's in lots of foods, but in these slush drinks in recent years, because there is pressure on the industry to remove sugar from drinks and beverages especially, the content, the amount of glycerol has gone up. So glycerol is a sweetener, and it also has, stops it from freezing. So the amount of glycerol in these drinks has gone up the concentration. If you're somebody who's got a low body weight, a large slushy, there may be enough glycerol in that to cause what happened here. It's called glycerol intoxication syndrome, and it's not only happened to Angus, so around roughly 20 children in the UK and Ireland, where it's now, looking at that, the BMJ have done a review and found that in smaller children, if they have a high enough dose, then, so Ben, you'd be fine having a slushy, but a small child may not be.
Sure.
So there is voluntary guidance from the Food Standards Agency currently, which says children under the age of 4 shouldn't have slushies, and children under the age of 8 should only have one. But the BMJ and some scientists and experts are calling for that to be changed, and either the weight of the child, but that gets very confusing. But actually, but the easiest way they're suggesting is actually they should raise the age to 8, so children under the age of 8 shouldn't have slushies at all, and really everybody should just having one, and certainly not having two doses.
You're a mum, got a little one.
And do you know what? It's pure by coincidence, my little one who's 3 years old asked me for a slushie last week. We were at a trampoline park, these sort of places.
Kids' places.
And there are lots of birthday parties happening there. And of course, a slushie is not something your child should be drinking regularly anyway. There's no nutritional benefit to it. But as a treat, once in a while, alongside, other types of treats, it's something that we've had from
the toy or a candy floss at the fair or exactly that.
So he asked me for one, and I guess it was I actually said to him, no, you can't have it till you're 12. I don't know where that came from, that just came out. Yeah, the natural instinct. But, some people are calling for them to be banned all together, and I completely
Yes.
So the sort of commonest symptoms are nausea and headache, and seems quite mild. But what actually happened is a low amount of volume. You can get dehydrated, essentially being dehydrated, so hypovolemic shock.
Right.
You can get a low blood glucose as well, so hypoglycemia. It alters the amount of salt in your blood, the potassium in your blood. So essentially that can make you very, very unwell. As we've seen in
It is Angus.
around 20
Well, good news. Angus is absolutely fine now. He's just over there with Vicky. Come on in, Angus. Come and say hello to your mum.
How you doing? Yeah. Hi, Angus.
Hello.
Oh.
And he's doing fine now.
Just doing a small bit.
And what's your advice to parents out there that have got little ones that fancy a bit of true butter?
There's no reason that I'm trying to get it down, but I don't think that will ever happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's lovely to see you, Angus. I don't care.
I'm downstairs having a lovely time. I'm glad to see that he's back in the Philippines and everything.
Thanks for coming on and chatting about it. I've never heard of that ever before, so it's just good for everybody to be aware of.
I think there are so many people out there, this will be the first time they've become aware, and now people will take caution where they may not have done before.
Yes.
So,
Thanks.
Thanks,
Yes.
Angus. Nice to meet you. Right then. Ready to go back to bed. Still to come, live from Coronation Smith with Cherry Blossom Trees a little bit later on.
And after the break, we'll be talking 85 committing to struggling with low self-esteem, manifesting guru Roxy Mafusi says she can help you transform your confidence for the better. She's shown us how right after this.
Easy Little Mornings. Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven sponsors this morning.
One moment you're wondering what the difference is between a fish feeder and a fish screwdriver and the next. You're a millionaire! Get yourself in the draw. Lotto, will you be the next millionaire?
We swear the love was just a pleasure. I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause this love is something. Smooth, fast, reliable. That's Virgin Media, awarded Best Broadband Experience.
On the Jessie Giannis, because it's are low. Because tonight's your night to wash up. Up until now we have a road test even. You voted Bruno. For date night and everything else. It's somebody say justice.
More me time, more memories. Enjoy so much more for so much less. At Haven.
I felt ashamed actually because my credit score wasn't very good at the time.
The other lenders were rejecting me, so I was really ecstatic when ACWA approved the credit card.
After 18 months of credit building, I was finally able to get a mortgage.
I feel like I'm in control of my money again.
It's a great feeling.
Get that better credit feeling with Aqua, the smart way to build better credit. Representative 34.9% APR variable.
Happy birthday again. Use a cake and some friends. But what if we actually celebrate you?
be the answer.
But you know what? I have just started wearing socks.
Really?
Well, my feet get a bit cold. They've got very good circulation.
It's just warming up.
Yes, but it works though.
And you felt like
And I feel like it's a bit easier. Yeah.
Is that because no one wants to experience your socks on? Is that what it is?
Yeah, very much.
Just leave me alone.
You wait till you see what my hair's doing. Apparently, according to new research, it does help. And with the closing report this weekend, we're going to be losing an extra hour.
Yeah, but whether it's just the odd or sleep or you really struggle with your round, the sleep geek, James Wilson, is here to help. Hi there, James. Thank you for joining us today. Is this true? Socks can help you sleep?
For some people, it can help, but not for everybody. So you just need to work out isn't right for you. We're going to talk about some myths and facts. Can't get to sleep, wake in the night, all the answers you need to get better.
He's sleep geek for a reason.
Yeah,
Got the answers.
he knows. Give us a call for free on 08030 40 44 or scan the QR code on the screen now to get involved using our free This Morning app. Please get in touch by 11:15.
I think big fluffy socks, are they just...
No, they're quite like sporty looking actually. But remember that time Nadine came on and she was talking about face
Yes.
Can't do that, can't wear one
I
there.
know the place.
I literally was lying there and I'm like,
No, because that can't breathe.
No.
My feet need to breathe as well. It's time for today's competition. You could be in with a chance of winning a incredible £100,000, listen to that. You need to click their nose close on Friday. Check your details.
The countdown is only on for your chance to win a whopping £100,000, and who knows, you could be joining the ITV Winner Hall of Fame, just like this one.
The first person I told was Linda White, and she was do it, because you never know. Look at me, I'm here, I'm just a normal person, enter the competition, I'll win. As they say, you've got to be in it, to win it.
Once the call ended, one of my colleagues messaged me and said, "Was that your voice? Was that really your voice? And did you really win?" And I thought, yes, it's true, it really is true. And so I messaged her back and said, "Thank you so much. Yes, it is me."